with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So Cardi B's lapdog, who got basically pressed in public, decides to give their side of the story. Ckiminaj Barbie responded to a fan and said, when the headline is Cardi B's bestie, Ken Barbie, out here fighting Barb in the street with a mugshot, then that looks effing crazy. How the F I'ma explain that to the people that actually matter on Monday, okay? Boy, please. You was not finna fight nobody. We saw you 4K running from the smoke. What are you talking about? And then he said, mushed, you definitely gassing it. That B word tapped my shoulder and caressed my chin. If he wanted to, he definitely could have swung. Please, we see the play. Yeah, we see you being delusional, just like your master, Cardi B. Okay? First of all, that guy was all up in your face and he did not caress your chin. Okay? It amazes me how people could be delusional. Caressed your chin? He probably wanted to sleep with that man. Because why would you say caress? That sounds like you probably thought he was attractive. You was turned on. That's what is given to me. Now, with that being said, he also continues to lie and goes over how the incident all started. He said, so my friend in the Pikachu suit had a lot to drink and him and his dude were death drunk. So I didn't just want to dip on them. So I stood there making sure he was good. So I'm on my phone calling a car. These two losers walk up talking about, you don't like Nicki. I look at them, roll my eyes, keep doing what I'm doing. A few moments go by of them repeating the same ish, wanting a reaction until I look up and notice one of them is recording me. So I'm like, am I on your effing camera? The B word in the village people outfit is then like, and if you are, we get separated, that's done. I'm standing in front of this boy literally 3 more times after that, nothing. Then he's trying to talk loud like I'm not gonna fight her. She doesn't want to fight. And I walked up and I'm like, who the F you talking to? Okay, so there's a few typos, but like what's supposed to be your issue? I think that's what he was trying to write. I don't know you. And that's when he started yelling and making a scene talking about, you don't have to know me. And her friends started recording again. And I'm just watching like, girl, you could have been. Please, you was not watching. You was walking away. You was running. You was hiding. You was ducking from the fade. We saw it in 4K. I love when people try to give their own versions of what really happened, being delusional. You was running from the fade, just like Cardi B does. Y'all don't really want the smoke. Y'all not as tough as y'all are on social media. Because if you really was about the smoke, you would have squared up. Ain't nobody gonna record you, touch you, push your shoulder, caress your chin, and you don't do nothing. That don't make sense to me. That means that you really don't want the smoke. And you can say, oh, well, you know, I would look crazy with the mugshot. I mean, you look crazy now. You're ugly already. So what does a mugshot matter? You look crazy now. Now, Doja Cat, unfortunately, gets beaten by Cardi B yet again. Cardi B has the highest charting album by a female rapper on Billboard 200 this week. She is currently at number 8. Planet Her is at 165. And V is at 184, which is terrible. Doja Cat, that's real bad. Come on now, 184? Wow. Planet Her is at number 65, but Planet Her is a classic. I like the V album, but y'all don't like it clearly, and y'all have been embarrassing Doja Cat and humiliating her since she dropped the album. It's honestly very sad. Now, moving on from that, Stefon Diddy announced that he is having a baby boy with Cardi B. He said, it's a boy that's enough for me. I can't wait to make him do push-ups and sit-ups and run around. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about it. Then Nicki Minaj subliminally waxed Cardi B. It was posted on a sports page that Robert Kraft said that he really has never been a Nicki Minaj fan. Okay, so that's what he said to Cardi B at the game that she went to supporting Stefon Diddy. Nicki Minaj reposted. I don't know if she deleted it because I was trying to find it on her page, but there has been screenshots and screen recordings of her reposting and yet, okay, which was a response to this video. And here's my thing. I don't understand how Robert Kraft, his old big ugly ass being so messy. Like, bitch, you should be worried about your cholesterol, your health, okay? You possibly getting sacrificed or off, no shade. I just feel like you worrying about the wrong things. Just you so rich, you a billionaire, but you dissing Nicki Minaj. That's so weird in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like that is kind of odd to say. I mean, why is Nicki Minaj on the brain? But I do believe that there's a lot of people obsessed with Nicki Minaj. I didn't think Robert Kraft, his old, ugly, weird ass, would be obsessed. He needs to be worried about being on that list, that island. Okay? You need to be worried about if your name is on that list, if you know what I mean. I feel like there's just much bigger things that he should be worried about than, dissing Nicki Minaj. So I definitely think somebody put him up to say that. But with that being said, let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like telling Cardi B that you actually did like Nicki Minaj and you bluffing, in my opinion. Now, Nicki Minaj also responded to a fan on social media with a Chucky meme. A fan said, "See what happens when you don't shut the F up? She finna rage bait us into oblivion. Y'all don't know how she moves by now. The more y'all hate something, the more she's going to do it. I know she's in her house kicking her feet up like, this really gonna set them off. I'm sick." Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like it's 50% trolling and 50% Nicki Minaj is serious. Okay? That's how it feels to me. I don't feel like this is complete rage bait in my opinion. I feel like she's trolling a little bit, but underneath that trolling, this is really what she wants to say, or this is really how she feels about certain things. I don't feel like it's completely rage bait in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, a lot of fans are saying that Rihanna and ASAP eloped, or they secretly got married in Barbados, because in his recent interview, he basically called Rihanna his wife. He said that he loves being with his kids and a loving husband and father. Okay? So a lot of fans feel like, he's alluding to the fact that him and Rihanna are actually married. Here's the thing. I don't know if I fully believe that. I think this is one of those spiritual marriages that people do. A lot of people tend to do spiritual marriages instead of legal ones. When he was on trial, and I believe that was last year or earlier this year. When was he on trial for shooting ASAP Rocky? The judge did ask him if he was legally married to Rihanna, and he said no. I don't believe that they're legally married, and I think main reason why, even after 3 children, is because Rihanna is worth a lot of money, and she probably don't want to have that prenuptial conversation, that prenup conversation with ASAP the colorist. Okay? So I don't think that she's rushing to get there because she knows that she may have way more to lose. Okay? And people can be together for a long time and get divorced. Look what happened to Brad and Angelina. Wendy and Wendy Williams and her husband, they were together for a long time. Mary J. Blige and her ex-husband. So people can be together for a long time and then get divorced, and then you got to cut the check. So I think it's probably more of a business move for Rihanna as to why she's not married. I believe she probably does want to be. But financially is a risk. So, you know, she's going to have that prenup conversation that she probably really don't want to have. Now, moving on to Ice Spice. Ice Spice, as we know, was flopping on the charts. She put out Baddie Baddie. That was trash. She put out a record with, what's the Scratch Off? The other flop. Then she had a few collaborations she did. Y2K basically flopped. It did 27,000 first week, which was trash. And so with that being said, allegedly Ice Spice label is thinking about letting her go. She signed to 10K Capitol Records. They are thinking about letting her go because they have not recouped from, you know, Ice Spice releases, especially recently. Okay, since she put out Y2K, it's been kind of dead for her. Okay, and so they are thinking about letting her go. And, you know, we'll see what happens with Ice Spice next. I feel like Ice Spice could be an influencer because she got that look. If I was Ice Spice, I wouldn't even be thinking about putting out music, to be quite honest, because I feel like she doesn't need to do music. That's more of a want. I think she needs a writer, but other than that, I don't think she needs to do music. I feel like that's more of a want. I think what she should do, in my opinion, is I think that she should just be a model or an influencer and call it a day. She'll still make coins. Now, moving on from that, Tasha K has reported that Stefon Diddy's alleged baby mama, Lord Giselle, who just gave birth earlier this year, just went live showing off another baby bump. And people are saying that allegedly is Stefon Diddy's baby. I'm like, damn, is this nigga Nick Cannon? How many kids can he make? Okay, all these kids can't be his. This is ridiculous. Does he know what a condom is? It just doesn't logically make sense. How many babies can you have? Goodness gracious, I think he's trying to beat out Nick Cannon or Future. So hopefully he is not the father of a new baby. I mean, how many times can Cardi B get humiliated? I mean, this would be ridiculous. So I don't know if he's the father of this one because I just can't see him being this reckless. I mean, goodness gracious, how many broken homes can you make? So, in my opinion, I don't know. I feel like is Tasha K making this one up? Because I can't see him being this reckless. He trying to go up against Nick. Now, moving on from that, Walmart Beyonce decides to post a little bit of a video for her song Keep Watching, which, you know, she put out the song Keep Watching a few weeks ago. But a lot of fans are calling her out, saying that she shouldn't be dropping anything because Holly just dropped an album. I'm like, damn, she couldn't give her a full fucking month. With that being said, she's also clapping back at fans that said, I just want her to give us some slow jams. Please, Chloe, enough of the single ladies music. She responded and said, FYS, same lingerie, Rose, might as well. Nice girls finish last. Pray it away, feel me cry, lose you. Is all there. You just gotta listen. Here's my thing. I think Chloe's very talented, but the songwriting is trash. The songwriting on a lot of her songs is terrible. I think she needs better writers, and that's why people are not connecting to her music. And to be quite honest, I feel like, you know, at this rate, because I feel like Chloe's been kind of flopping for a while now. And this is really not shaped. I'm just talking about statistically, she's been flopping. I would just do acting and, you know, try to be an influencer, you know, if I was Chloe. And I think she'd make a lot of money doing that. I think if she just did straight acting, she would make a coin. In my opinion, that's where the real bag is at. Now, congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion has now had at least one song debut on the Billboard Hot 100 every year since her first entry in 2019. Okay, so congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion on that. Now, here are the predicted nominations for the Grammys in the R&B category. Okay, so these are the predictions on who will get nominated. Chris Breezy and Bryson Tiller, It Depends. Kalani Folded. Mariah the Scientist, Burning Blue. SZA's Another Life. Leon Thompson, Mutt. Live from NPR's Tiny Desk. In my opinion, if we're talking about vocals, if we're talking about stats, there's only 2 songs that deserve to win. And that is Kalani's Folded and Leon Thompson Mutt. I think that they both should sweep in the R&B categories. Mariah without the vocals, Burning Blue, that was cute and everything, but it wasn't Folded. It wasn't Mutt. Mutt is definitely one of the top tier songs of the year. Mariah can't even sing live. Okay, we talking about people that can sing live. I feel like Mariah should not be in any category unless you can sing live, in my opinion. So I think the only 2 people that deserve to get nominated or win, I don't expect them to be the only 2 people to get nominated in the R&B category, but the only 2 people that should win is Kalani and Leon Thompson. SZA, I don't even know why she would get a nomination. Like, they just be giving her nominations just to give her something. She don't need to get nominated for nothing. Other than Luther, she need to sit the fuck down. Okay? If it's not a nomination for Luther, she needs to sit the fuck down. Now, the walls are closing in on Payola. A second-class action lawsuit has been filed against Payola, accusing the streaming giant of committing modern payola. The complaint brought by New York subscriber Genevieve alleges that Payola secretly sells visibility on its playlist through its discovery mode program and other undisclosed deals, deceiving paying users who expect personalized recommendations. Genevieve contends she subscribed believing features like Discover Weekly were tailored to her taste, only to realize mainstream acts such as Champagne Thickums, Justin Bieber still dominated her feed. Oh my goodness. The suit states that the company charges listeners for the privilege of being deceived, exploiting user trust. The complaint further highlights that discovery mode allows labels to pay for boosted exposure by accepting lower per stream royalty rates, a financial incentive that is not disclosed to users. As the lawsuit states, Payola exploits the trust by marketing itself as a platform that offers organic music recommendations, only to secretly sell those recommendations to the highest bidder. Genevieve seeks restitution and a court order requiring Payola to disclose when money or royalty discounts shaped its recommendations. The filing accuses the company of violating New York's false advertising laws and breaching Federal Trade Commission endorsement guidelines by treating playlist inclusion like an unmarked advertisement. Wow, this is the second lawsuit against Payola. And listen, I might have to cancel my subscription because I can't be finessed, okay? And I do be noticing, like, if I'm listening to a song, it will pop up an artist that I don't even listen to. I do be noticing that, but I let it slide because usually it will be like a very popular song that just recently came out, and they'll try to slide it into, my playlist, or they'll try to recommend it to me. I let it slide, but, now that I'm thinking about it, they do be doing some hypothetical illegal tactics, and I might have to cancel my subscription, but I don't really like Tidal or Apple Music, though. I don't really like them either. You can't trust these companies. None of them. They all paid and bought. This is ridiculous. 100,000 lashes for Payola. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Sydney Sweeney, Nicki Minaj, Selena, and Haley Beef on Patreon. D'Angelo, what happened with him. Link will be in the description, and I hope you guys have a great day.